everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. 27 points, 5 rebounds. Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. First things first, man, before I get started, like always, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the all-new Pelicans Flock Report. You don't want to miss it. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed. I really appreciate y'all, and as long as y'all keep subscribing, I'm going to keep on dropping. Now, this where we at right now with the subscribers. A lot of people still not subscribed that's watching the content. The subscribers are going up. So, man, let's keep this going, man. Pelicans Flock Report, baby. Yeah, man. Pels lose tonight in a disappointing fashion in Detroit against the Detroit Pistons. This one, I ain't gonna lie, this was hard to watch. The Pelicans just did not have it tonight, taking another L against the Detroit Pistons, 129 to 108. This was a complete obliteration, a blowout, whatever you want to call it. That's what it was. The Pels did not play well tonight at all, man. And it really sucked watching this game, to be honest. But overall, I got to see how good this Detroit Pistons team is right now, man. And as a basketball fan, I gotta tip my hat off to the Detroit Pistons. Like, this team is just really good. And they're currently number one in the East right now. They're without their main star player, Cade Cunningham, but it really didn't matter. As I said in the last video, like, even though they were out without Cade Cunningham, they still gonna play good basketball. And it just showed me how much depth this team actually has. Like, it seems like every player that JB Bickerstaff brought off the bench was just so good, man. Like, they can shoot it, they defend well, like they just do everything right. And I just feel like the Detroit Pistons have a huge chance to make it to the NBA Finals coming out of the East this season. I really feel like they do, especially once they get Cade Cunningham back. The Detroit Pistons are going to be a real dangerous team. But also, it makes me kind of feel good because one of the guys who played a part in building the Detroit Pistons team is Troy Weaver, which, as we know, Troy is now in our front office along with Joe Dumars. So it's kind of a good thing for us because I've heard some really good things about Troy Weaver when it comes to uh talent scouting and things of that nature, finding the right players and building a team. So I do feel good, even though I felt good about where we headed before this game, but it made me feel even more better about our direction because we have a guy that basically played a part in building this Detroit Pistons team that's currently number one in the Eastern Conference. So I feel good about the Pels and what we have going forward with a guy like Troy Weaver in our front office right now. No Trey Murphy for the Pelicans tonight, and we really, really needed Trey Murphy tonight. No Trey, so we missed his shooting. We missed Trey getting to the lane. We just missed Trey a whole lot because we struggled shooting the basketball tonight. So Trey would have definitely helped us a whole lot tonight, most definitely. Turning point in this game for me, I gotta say our fourth quarter defense because the Pels played well throughout the game, up until after the third quarter. They were only down by a couple points after the third quarter, but once that fourth quarter started, this is what good teams do. They go for the kill, they go to close, they do what they have to do to finish off a game. And the Detroit Pistons, they did just that, going on a 15-2 run against the Pelicans, and the Pelicans just could not recover from that 15-2 run, and it just hurt us not being able to defend against a team like this that's gonna, play lights out. They're gonna shoot the ball. They're gonna do the right things to close out a game. And when it's fourth quarter, you gotta defend. And I felt like the Pels just didn't defend the way they should have in that fourth quarter, and it just really cost us. And also turnovers. Turnovers were huge for us tonight. I continue to say this: as long as we continue to have double digits in turnovers, it's going to be hard for us to win a game. The Pelicans had 15 turnovers in this one tonight, and that also really hurt us. So ball control, ball protection definitely hurt us, along with fourth quarter defense in this one. And like I say, as long as we continue having double digits turnovers, it's going to be hard for us to win games. Top performers in this one, got to go with my boy Zion Williamson, 21 points, 6 rebounds. Zion was 8 for 13 tonight from field goal range. And I felt like Zion had a really good game. I felt like the Pelicans should have utilized Zion a little bit more, because there were times where Zion was really looking unguardable. They didn't really have an answer for Zion. So I felt like the Pels should have definitely tried to feed Zion a little bit more. They really didn't. And, Zion ultimately ended with 21 points. But I think he definitely could have had more had the Pels kind of tried to play through Zion a little bit more. And I think that's something that we definitely going to have to figure out going forward. If Zion is going to remain on this team, we definitely going to have to figure out how can we play through Zion a lot more. Because I feel like I've seen this over and over. Like, it's games where Zion really looks well, and he looks like he's really ready to take over the game. And the Pelicans just don't try to feed him and keep getting him involved in the game and letting him do his thing. They start getting away from feeding him, and ultimately it kind of hurt us. So I feel like we definitely gonna have to figure out how can we play through Zion Williamson more when he's having these type of games where he's just dominant and pretty much unstoppable. You have to feed the high guy. And I feel like we get away from doing that a lot in some of these games. Sadiq Bey also added 17 points, 4 rebounds for Sadiq Bey tonight. Not really a good shooting game for Sadiq tonight. He shot well from behind the arc, going 3 for 5, but from field goal range, Sadiq was 7 for 15. Didn't really have a good game from field goal range for Sadiq tonight. Also, DeJounte Murray added 12 points, 7 rebounds. Another pretty good game for DeJounte Murray. DeJounte also struggled shooting the basketball tonight, as DeJounte was 5 for 15 from field goal range and 0 for 3 from behind the arc. A struggle for DeJounte Murray most definitely tonight. And I felt like if we would have had a little bit more contribution from those two guys, Sadiq and DeJounte, I felt like we probably would have, I wouldn't say have a chance to win, but it would have definitely gave us a better chance instead of suffering this blowout that we did tonight. Next game for us will be against the Houston Rockets. We'll be playing the Rockets again. Now, we've had some battles against the Rockets this season, notably the last game in which I felt like we were robbed of that game. But we have another shot against the Houston Rockets, and I hope that we can definitely at least get one game against the Houston Rockets, because I really feel like this is a team that we can beat, and we just haven't been able to do it by several different reasons. But like I said, I feel like we can beat Houston. We had opportunities to do so, and it just didn't fall in our favor. So I'm hoping that we can at least get one win against the Houston Rockets, because this is a team I know we can beat. I know we can beat this team. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll have Trey Murphy back. It should be a different story with Trey Murphy in the lineup, and hopefully, we can get this win. Things are kind of starting to wind down in the season. Think we have about 8 or 9 games left in the season. Starting to kind of look into next season. The Pels, I feel like, are headed in a good direction. I feel like we've played really well. We've grown a lot. We've, you know, started to build some chemistry. We've started to defend better. And also we've became, fully healthy. So that's really helped us a lot. And I feel like we have a lot to go off of and build off of. Now, Joe Dumars was at this game tonight. They showed him on TV in a suite, sitting back, chilling, watching the game. So I'm pretty sure Joe has been making a lot of assessments with this team, trying to figure out what moves need to be made and what direction we need to go in to make this team better. I trust that Joe Dumars is going to do that. And also, like I said earlier, a guy like Troy Weaver is definitely going to be a huge help to us heading in the right direction. And it's going to be a lot of decisions that's going to need to be made at the end of this season. Contracts and such. DeJounte Murray, Zion Williamson, Sadiq Bey, the Jordan Poole situation. I mean, this guy's gonna be making 31, 30, close to 32 million for just sitting the bench. Didn't really get a whole lot out of Jordan this season. So I don't really know what that situation is gonna be like. Are we gonna trade him? Are we gonna just bite the bullet and eat the contract? Don't really know. So we definitely got a lot of decisions to make this offseason. Even on the coach as well, James Borrego still has the interim tag on his name. Feel like he's done a great job, but hey, it is a business. I don't know what direction uh Joe and Troy are gonna go in. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely feel like on the basketball court, we are headed in the right direction. We just need to add some more pieces to this team because when I look at the Detroit Pistons and the depth and the bodies they have, I'm just like, man, we need that. We need that type of depth where we have guys that we can bring off the bench from 1 through 12, and they all gonna be dogs and they gonna play, they gonna shoot, they gonna defend. And that's what Detroit has. And I feel like we need that as well. Our core group, I feel like we're okay with our core group, but we definitely need some more depth. I feel like the young guys are gonna be okay. Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Michael Peavy, but we definitely got to find some shooting somewhere and some defending. So we'll see what happens. But that's it for me, y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel, the all new Pelicans Flock Report. You don't want to miss it after each and every game. I'm your host, D. Broussard. Until next time, I'm out.